Chainlink daily update. Today we're going to look at the daily chart and we're going to focus on a couple different trend lines that we need to hold, trends that could potentially be forming, and price levels that you just simply need to be watching. So let's get right to it. So first and foremost, we've talked about this level a couple times. 591, right? Lowest close locally right here. Again, right a couple days later. Right, 591. So that's the level that you need to be watching. That's the hard line. But you could argue that, you could have a zone, right? You see these wicks, right? All these wicks, right? 4 wicks under this line. So if you wanted to get nitpicky, you could draw like a zone here. As long as we can still somehow stay in this zone, we may still have a chance to break to the upside before further downside. Now, if we break outside of this zone, the odds would just simply increase of us going down towards lower prices. That's just based on this chart and nothing else. Okay, so having looked at that, now let's look at maybe some positives that we could maybe draw out. So if you look at the top back here set on June 9th, right, and then when you draw kind of a little trend line there, and then you draw your low close right here on their initial drop, right, and then you connect these. Are you putting the dots together yet? Right, so you see that, and then you see our peak setting back in April. You connect these and you still might not see anything. And yeah, maybe we're reaching a little bit hard here, but if you invert the chart, right, you could argue that that is kind of a rising wedge, and rising wedges tend to break where? To the downside, right? But remember, this is an inverted chart. So if we re-invert it back to normal, then you have your breakout, which would potentially be to the upside. So we'll see how this ends up playing out. But interesting to note that pattern potentially playing. We're getting a potential macro, or at least a local bottom forming potentially on Bitcoin. We're close there, so it's really a coin toss right now for Bitcoin, whether it's going to break to the upside, to the downside. You can argue bull and bear. There's evidence for both. And it's really about even right now for Bitcoin. So obviously what Bitcoin does, the rest of the altcoin market tends to follow. So Chainlink does do a little bit better than most in bear markets, at least its first bear market. So it's doing a little bit better than most in this bear market for the past, several weeks and months. So we'll see what, plays out moving forward. So will this play out? We will see. We should have a, pretty good indication within the next a week to 2 weeks. I'd say sometime in July, we will either see a breakdown or a break to the upside in prices, across the board, Chainlink included in that. So we're right at the $6 mark right now. We will see with our update tomorrow if we got anything more building. We'll be right back here tomorrow and every day for the foreseeable future, going forward during the week. Let me know if you have any more requests you want to see on Chainlink or any other coin. Other than that, appreciate you sticking around this long if you have, and let's get to our quote of the day. We first make our habits, and then our habits make us. So true. Car of the day, the first generation Dodge Viper. Back in the late 90s. Amazing car for the time. Still looks amazing in my opinion. Still kind of a timeless design. I think they still look pretty rock star. The interiors are a little dated. But just close your eyes and drive this and you're good. Or just put it in your garage and, paint the windows black so you can't see it. Second generation Dodge Viper. Looks a little bit more aggressive, but I don't know if I love it as much. Third generation, now we're looking pretty rock star. They went away from the headlights a little bit, but everything else they tried to keep true. The roof, the sides, and obviously the interior is much better on this one. They focused on interior on this generation for sure, and it shows. I've seen this one I've seen all of these in person. This one is clear winner for interior and creature comforts. I think the first one is even like shoddy to even get. You can get an optional AC in this one. So, but back in this day, this was this and the Corvette were like American icons, right? So I love them. What do you think? Do you like Dodge Vipers? Do you hate them? I don't know why you'd hate them. Damn, they're pretty awesome. But all right, that's it. If you're still watching this long, I put it in the end of the other video. I'll put it in this video as well. Forex Factory, just another thing to add to your toolkit. Keeps you updated to the minute like news press releases, like core retail sales, CPI that came out today. You can go, it's a free thing, forexfactory.com. You can see on the top left here. Then you just hit like their calendar. You can do news, trades. You look at the foreign exchange markets, right? All the different trading pairs. Just pretty cool site I've been using for over probably a decade plus. So yeah, just helpful little tip. If you've watched this far, appreciate you. I'll see you on the next one.